Hey guys, Rich's Mowers and Blowers. Psh. Hey, and we're working on this lawn boy back here. We got this one for free. What do we got? What are we looking at? So this lawn boy, picked this one up here. Has a 6.5 Briggs & Stratton. Go ahead and investigate it and see what's going on with it. So first of all, what's up with these big wide fat tires here? Look how wide that is. And look at the little small tires on the back. So it's interesting. Pretty interesting. Let's see what we got as a model number. Is there a model number on here? There we go. So there is a model number, 10640. The model number. Looks like a 2009 version. So your stickers hold up pretty good for being 2009. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with it. Check out the gas. There's no gas in it. Let's go ahead and check out the oil. Well, it has oil in it. Looks like the dipstick is bent there a little bit. So we'll use this rag right here. It's a good rag. And yes, the dipstick is bent. See if we can bend that back. Put that in there like that. If you can bend it back straight a little bit there, Richie. Look at that. Looks pretty good. Drop her down in there. Now, do you screw it on or do you just stick it in? That is a question. So if it's the two dots as the fill line, it has a little much oil in it. Just a little bit. About a ½ inch too much. This cord here, this looks like paracord. Has some nice pink dots on it. Go ahead and look at the filter. See what got on here. Not too bad. I've seen worse. Still has the price tag on it. $4.30 for a filter. Go ahead and leave this off. You can see the dust and dirt fall off of there. So no gas in it. That's a good sign, right? Is that broken? What's going on with that? Oh, it's not clipped underneath there. There we go. Look at that. I just fixed that. Let's get some go-go juice and we'll see if we can pull this thing over. See what we got underneath here. We do have a blade under there. Well, we got a puff of smoke there. That's probably the sign of having too much oil in it. Let's go ahead and give it some more go-go juice. Take this off right here, but let's go ahead and take all this off so we have more room we can see. We're going to take these two screws off right here at the top, pull that right off. Very easy to pull this recoil off. Two screws and that'll come right off. Now we have a good overview of what we can see down in here, and it's quite dirty like always. But now I have to pinch off the gas because I did put a little gas in there. So we got the 13mm. And you take the nut on the bottom of here off. We can see the corrosion right on top of there. You can see the hole on the side of your nut there is completely packed up all the way through the top. So that definitely has to be cleaned. Go ahead and pull this off. Let's see what's in there. So some fresh gas in there, just a little bit came in there. Some sludge, looks like sand kind of in there. That tells me probably the needle and float is stuck if I'm not getting gas through there. So we might have to pull this whole thing off and check it out. So one thing we can do, go ahead and, we know we got gas in there. We can release this and see if gas comes out. So let's go ahead and take this off. So with the float down, it should be trickling into the bowl and there's no gas coming in there. So it's all plugged up. Let's go ahead and put that back on there anyways. So the next step then, let's go ahead and put that in there. We're going to go ahead and take this whole thing off. So there's going to be some bolts here that we're going to take off. We're going to take off these springs up here. There's 2 of them. And then some linkage on top of the carburetor. Alright, so we got these 3 out, 8 millimeters. There's a breather hose that's hooked to. So go ahead and pull that whole thing off. We've got our bolts right in there, screws, whatever you want to call them. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is to take the spring off right here. And we'll take this spring off. There you go. Just unhook that, let it rest right there. Unhook that one, and then we're going to take this gas line off. So we're going to need some pliers, pull this off right there. And then we have some bolts right here that's holding that on. So unlike those plastic carburetors, this one's actually bolted on. See if we can get to it right there. There's one on this side and one on that side. Alright, so we got the 2 bolts out. Drop them right there, and we can just pull this right off. We got this unclipped, so we can wiggle that out. And then we got to take this off right here on the top. So the 2 bolts, there's what that looks like pulled off. Got that undone. Now we have to do this little Z-bend right there. The gas line is off. And then your carburetor will be free. Alright, so now we pulled this pin out of the float, put it in there. Now be careful with the float because there is a needle that will be attached to it. So we're going to pull that up just gently like that. You can see it dangling there. So if you drop that, you will be looking for it. So this one has a heat in it. You can't really see, but down in there, there is a reddish maroon looking rubber piece that the needle goes up in there and pushes up in it. I was going to go with this, but this is already swollen up. I don't think the camera can see down in there, and I can't see through it. So we're looking in this hole right here, the short one, not that long one. Alright, so on your bowl nut, what you want to do, you want to clean out this top hole. Is a side hole right there. So I'm going to get a bread tie, piece of wire, and clean all that out. Alright, so what we got here, some wire. We're going to stick down in that hole, stick it in the side hole. Should be able to go all the way through to the other side. Can you see that sticking out there through the other side? So that's what we want. So you guys can do this. Just take your time, take pictures if you have to of where screws go, where springs hook up to, and then you can use that for reference. But you guys, I was just talking to one of the repair shop guys. They charge $85 to work on a push mower and $120 to work on a rider. And we didn't talk about zero turns, if that would be the same or not, but $80 an hour. So if they're going to take this and clean this carburetor, they're probably going to charge you for an hour and a half, at least. Probably 2 hours. So you're talking $160 or so to get your mower running when you can do this yourself. So now I'm going to take carburetor spray so I can see all the way through there. I don't know if you can or not on the video, but I can see all the way through there. And I'm going to take carburetor spray and make sure that looks good. Alright, so let's put this back together. You spray the carburetor off and all your little pieces in there. I think I'm going to replace this fuel line because just looking at the end of it inside there looks all gooey. So I took off 3 screws at the top, and this comes right off like that, and we can get to the fuel line just a little bit easier. You don't have to do that, but I figure why not. Makes for a good video. So I'm going to undo that clip there, pull that off of there, and put on this new fuel line that I got. Just happen to have just a little piece. It seems to be about the same size, so let's go ahead and do it. So we got that off. Just remove your 2 clips, put on there, and if you have to measure it up, just use your old one to measure it up with. Alright, so that's on there. We're going to reassemble this. So got your bowl nut, all your little stuff in here. So get your float out all your little pieces. So your needle's gonna go inside that little groove right there, and then it's gonna go face down into the hole, just like that. And then your pin is gonna go through here to hold that on there. All right, so I got that pushed through there. This is going on here, and I believe we are missing a gasket on there. So what happened to the gasket? I don't know, Rich. What happened to it? Wasn't on there when I took it off. Alright, so there is your bowl gasket. So luckily I have some of those in stock. Now remember, your bowl nut has a gasket on it too. So this one's made out of copper. Go ahead and screw that together with a 13mm. Alright, so now we're just going to reassemble that. Got that bowl nut back on there. Putting that back on there with your 10mm. So how you do that, I got the bolts ready, and then I'm putting that Z-bend right in there. See how I did that? That'll line up good with that. When you're doing your bolts in here, remember that is into aluminum, so go ahead and start them with your hand, that way you don't cross thread them. Get that in there. You got to get your little spring up here too. That'll go up here and hook up, so have that ready. So it's always a good idea to take pictures, that way you can remember where these springs and different things go into. But see this little corkscrew right there, we'll call that the corkscrew, like at Cedar Point. Goes right in there, and then it is going to hook right up here. So you see that? It's going to put your spring up there, and it's going to hook right on top of here. Let's get that front view for you. Alright, see that? And then this is going to go right inside here to screw back down in there. Alright, and then don't forget the little spring right there. So that little spring is going to go right up on top of here. If I can do that one one-handed. Probably not, maybe. All the way on there. There we go. So now we got our spring, our linkage here, Z-bend linkage, let's call that. This spring right here and that spring. I got my gas line on there, my new one, pinched off. Let's go ahead and throw this back on there. Hook that gas line up right there. I remember I had put a little bit of gas in there to see if we could get it started. So hook that gas line back up, and then we'll put the 3 screws back on top of here. Alright, I just wanted to let you see this up here, these 3 screws. So 1, 2, and 3. I got them right down here. So we'll put that back on. Alright, so we got our gas line back on there. Got our 3 screws back up in there. Now when you go to put your cover back on, make sure that gasket is in the back of it. Otherwise you'll have some problems with it. And then hook up your breather hose right there. So that goes on the back. That nipple sticking out there goes on that breather hose. And then we got the 3 screws. Alright, that's back on there. Here, 1, 2, and 3. So we don't need the top on, but here's our top back here. Remember, it was 2 Phillips screws that held that on. So for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and let's see if we can get it started now. That's all cleaning. See if it'll run after. Alright, we can start it. Woohoo! So we do have to address, I believe there's too much oil in it. So might as well do an oil change. You can see the smoke coming out of the muffler there. So let's go ahead and drain that oil out. So while you're draining the oil there, it's a good time to scrape it down underneath. Do you guys notice anything about this mower underneath here? If you do, leave it in the comments. So your dipstick here, this is a nice one because it tells you right on there. It says 20 ounces or 591 milliliters. Go ahead and run it to circulate that oil a little bit. I'll go ahead and check it. Not sure if you can see it, but 20 ounces put it right at that top dot right there. So on further inspection, when I had this thing tilted, I noticed these back wheels are not on all the way. So that's not all the way in there. Screwed in either on both sides. And then we have a little bit of an issue where this doesn't go up and down. So I'm going to put some WD-40 in there, let that soak. And then this side doesn't go up and down. The right side, if you're standing behind it, goes up and down. The left side, either one, does not go up and down. So WD-40 those. So we took the wheel off with a 1/2 inch and then put some WD-40 down in here. And we are trying to move it back and forth. It's starting to move, but I think I'm going to loosen this up right there. So I don't know if that was just on there too tight or the WD-40 is working, but it works like a charm now. So just loosened it up just a little. Alright, let's go ahead and put this back on there. I blew it off. And why didn't I put a new one? Because they paid $4.30 for this thing. I want them to get their money's worth. I will catch you next time. Hey guys, hope you learned something from this video on how to fix your lawnmower. So thank you for your support. And hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. Get notified every time I put out a new video like this. So that was what we came up with. Thanks for watching. Rich's Mowers and Blowers.